The concierge froze over Nolan's folio and my future mother-in-law quit defending him. I knew Nolan was lying before the folio showed up. Until then, it was still the kind of lie families try to smooth over if the room is pretty enough. Our engagement brunch was in a private room at Lakeside Country Club with pale flowers, tiny quiches, and both mothers performing optimism. His mother, Denise, had spent 2 weeks telling everyone how relieved she was that Nolan had finally chosen someone steady. 3 weeks earlier, Nolan's ex, Piper, came back into circulation. He said she only reached out because her father was in rehab. Then he said he met her for coffee because she was crying. Then I was somehow the one making things ugly by noticing he kept taking calls in the garage. The real problem was Friday night. He told me he was sleeping at his brother Drew's townhouse, so he could get to the club early for setup. Nolan showed up at brunch late, overgroomed, and carrying the exact calm expression he uses when he thinks tone matters more than facts. He kissed my cheek and asked if I could please not do the distant thing in front of the families. I asked what distant thing meant. He said, "The one where you decide I'm guilty before breakfast." Then Denise stood to thank everyone for coming. And right in the middle of her speech, the banquet captain stepped into the room holding a leather folder and asked, "Sorry, is Mr. Nolan Pierce here?" Concierge said this was left under last night's room packet. Nolan stood up so sharply his chair scraped. Denise reached the captain first, laughing like it was obviously a billing mix-up. She opened the folder before Nolan could take it from her. It was a hotel folio from the club's attached inn. 1 king room, Friday check-in, Saturday late checkout, breakfast for 2, valet. And below Nolan's signature, under registered guest details, an added name, Piper Wynn. Nobody said anything for a second. Then my father put down his coffee. Nolan said Piper had a panic episode after dinner, and he got her a room because she was in no shape to drive. He said he only used his card because she forgot her wallet, and the second breakfast could have been auto-included. That might have held for another minute if the banquet captain had not added, apologetically. Front desk also said the guest asked whether the floral welcome amenity could stay in the room. Our brunch room had the same flowers the inn used for romantic packages. Denise snapped at the captain to leave. He did, but the room had already moved away from Nolan. My mother asked the obvious question. If this was a rescue mission, why did he tell me he slept at Drew's? Nolan said, because if he told me Piper needed help, I would have made it filthy before he could explain it cleanly. Maybe he was partly right. Maybe I was already halfway there. Piper had history with him that never fully felt dead. What nobody in that room could argue with was that he lied about where he spent the night, hid another woman's name under a king room folio, and expected me to walk into a family brunch smiling through whatever explanation he planned to drip out later. Denise tried once more. She said a decent man, helping a woman in crisis, should not be punished because paperwork looks intimate. My sister asked whether decent men also order late checkout and breakfast for 2 while their fiancés pack favors with both mothers. That was the turn. Even Denise stopped after that. I did not end it with a speech. I asked Nolan one question. Did he go into that room after putting Piper in it? He did not answer fast enough. That silence did more damage than the folio. I took off my ring and set it on top of the leather folder. Maybe nothing physical happened. Maybe Piper was spiraling. Maybe my family overreacted because the setting made it impossible to be generous. By the time the server started clearing quiche, nobody at that brunch was asking why I looked cold. They were asking Nolan why he needed a hotel room, an ex, and a sleeping arrangement on the same night.